What is your primary goal in life? In other words, what's driving you? What's the basic motivation behind all of your actions and decisions?
The work you did on the stairway is fantastic.
Well, whatever else you may be trying to do, ultimately, you're trying to survive. Now, it's not a new thought that man is surviving.
So Alex, Sasha told me you had a math test today. How'd you do?
A+.
A+?
But in Scientology, it was discovered that man, like every other living thing, is motivated only by survival. That is the goal of life. So everything you do and every choice you make is driven by this urge you have to survive. But you're not trying to just merely survive.
Go all the way back up the loop.
You want to live long and live well.
Popcorn, pop.
So there are degrees of survival. Your urge to survive could be represented by an arrow that thrusts up toward the highest potential level of survival. We call this urge toward survival a dynamic. If you were to look at it through a magnifying glass, you'd see that this one thrust subdivides into 8 thrusts, 8 urges to survive. We call these the 8 dynamics. They represent all the different compartments in your life that you're surviving for. For example, the first dynamic is the urge to survive as oneself. It's the effort to survive as an individual, to be an individual, to attain the highest level of survival for the longest possible time for self. Here we have individuality expressed fully. The second dynamic is the urge to survive through a future generation. It has 2 compartments: sex and the family unit, including the rearing of children. The third dynamic is the urge to survive as part of a group.
Let us know that they're very happy.
Any group, temporary or permanent, political or social, is part of the third dynamic.
Yes, very
And
good.
each one is a third dynamic. The fourth dynamic is the urge to survive through man as a species. Whereas one race would be considered a third dynamic, all the races of man together would be considered the fourth dynamic. The fifth dynamic is the urge to survive for any and every form of life. This would include all living things, whether animal or vegetable. The sixth dynamic is the urge to promote the survival of the physical universe. It's the drive of the individual to enhance the survival of all matter, energy, space, and time, which are the component parts of the physical universe. The seventh dynamic can be called the spiritual dynamic. This is separate from the physical universe and is the source of life itself. The eighth dynamic is the urge toward existence as infinity. This is also identified as the Supreme Being. This can be called the infinity or God dynamic. These 8 dynamics embrace all the goals of survival that you have and all the things that you survive for. And you're trying to survive one way or another on all these dynamics at once. You may be surviving well in some.
The finalized storyboard for that scene.
These are great. Check in with me at the end of the day. Go team.
But perhaps not so well in others. But if you're not surviving as well in one or more areas of your life, then you're ultimately not surviving well in general because they're all connected. Now, any problem or situation you encounter in life will affect one or more of these dynamics. Yet, as you know, not all decisions or solutions are simple. There's a natural struggle between your dynamics. For example, a job opportunity in another city that would improve your income but uproot your wife and children has implications across several of your dynamics. The better your decisions are, the better you survive. So how can you determine the right course of action to take? What constitutes a right decision? Well, in Scientology, you'll learn a method to determine precisely what the best decision or solution is for any problem or situation you encounter in life. With this tool, you'll know how to confidently make the correct decision every time.
I'll call them first thing in the morning and let them know.
Sounds good.
The more you understand these dynamics and their relationship to each other, the more you can increase your survival and participation on all of them.
Hi.
Hi.
Sorry about my dog.
For the 8 dynamics are the parts of your life.